What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Ninjaverse TV, a show where we take the best Ninja Warrior athletes and put them to the test. I'm your host, Mike Rabert, and today we're going to go over the women's results from the TA Plymouth competition. If you want to see more runs, we have all the runs posted from Wave 1 and Wave 2 on our YouTube already, and you can go and see the men's competition results if you want in one of our previous videos. We only had 3 women in the women's competition anyway, so we will be going over all of those runs anyway. So let's jump right into it, starting off with our full course runs. Coming in 3rd place in our courses, we had Mia Sweeney.
Alright, Mia, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go! Clear. 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 Come on, Mia, you got it. We got 105.
Mia moves really efficiently on the trapeze to the shelf obstacle, and then she has really interesting technique on the underbar move over the boxes. She completely stops herself beforehand, builds up just a little bit of swing, and then does a huge underbar move. That's a pretty challenging technique. She pulled it off really well, and I think it worked out to her advantage. And then unfortunately, Mia is going to be taken out after making the salmon ladder transfer. Looking at our 2nd place run, we had Nikki DeSimone.
Okay, let's go. Clear. Kicks Nikki. Keep going. Nice. You're there, Nikki. Clear. Come on, you got this. Let's go. Clear.
Yep, tire.
Clear. You're at 110 right now. Big ups here, big ups.
Similar to Mia, Nikki had her best run on her 2nd attempt. On her 1st attempt, she actually went out really early. She got disqualified on the rails because she touched the ground while running through it. So you can see that she takes a bit more of a cautious approach. She does a great job on the salmon ladder, and she has a really big lâché up to the wing nut, and she comes so close to catching it, but just barely doesn't hold on. Nikki has a great run, and it's going to put her in 2nd place. So our 1st place run was Liv Keys.
All right, Liv, here we we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. 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 You got 45. Clear. Nice job, Liv.
So Liv actually has her best run on her first attempt, although her second attempt was basically exactly the same as her first. It was just 1 second slower. Liv is really efficient on the underbar move. She does a great link into it. She's super powerful on the salmon ladder, and then unfortunately just throws just a bit short to the wing nut and can't hold on to that. She was generally really efficient, which is why she was able to beat out Nikki's time. She looked really strong through it. I mean, she didn't even look like she was breathing that heavy by the time she got to the salmon ladder. So that was an awesome run by Liv Keys. Awesome run by everyone. These are the results of the courses. We had me in third place, Nikki in second, and Liv in first. So moving on to our skills events, we had the agility, followed by rope climbs, followed by the mini course, and then finally the bar traverse. So let's take a look at the agility. In third place for the agility line, we had Nikki DeSimone.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear.
Come on, you got it? Come on, Nikki.
Clear.
Nikki just barely didn't have enough speed, and she was just a little off to the right of the finishing platform. So you can see that even though her feet make it to the platform, she just can't stick it, and she's not able to hold on. So she's gonna earn herself 2 points in this event. Coming in second place, we had Mia Sweeney.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. Clear.
Mia looked really solid in the agility line. She takes a moment on the Bosu to readjust herself and realign herself for the final sprint. From the Bosu, she's able to put in really good power to get herself to land a perfect crane right on the finishing platform. And then in first place, we had Liv Keys.
All right, here we go, Liv. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear.
You got it.
Clear. Clear.
Nice.
So Liv moves really solidly as well. The only thing that she did differently than Mia was she didn't take that second on the Bosu, and I think this is where she was able to make up just a little bit of time to just edge Mia out. Let's take a look at those two runs head to head.
Here we go, Liv. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear.
You got it.
Clear. Clear.
Nice.
Moving on to our second skills event, we had the rope climb. In case you missed it in any of our other videos, in the rope climb we had athletes cycle through their rope climbs in groups of 7 people. So we had, let's say, Liv Keys go first, and then Mia was after her, and then Nikki after her, and then we had 4 more people, and then Liv did her second rope climb, and then Mia her second, Nikki her second, another athlete, cycle through again until we go back to Liv to do her final rope climb. So looking at the results for this, in third place we had Mia Sweeney.
That's it again?
Yep.
Here we go, Mia. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. Nice. 9.68. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Mia, you got it.
Yeah, come on, you got it. Let's go.
Come on, Mia. Nice.
Clear. Nice. 11.28. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Mia, you got it.
Yeah.
Come on, Mia.
Mia has pretty decent technique on this. You can see that she used her legs to really use her height to her full advantage. So she's able to hit the top without getting her hands as close to the top as other athletes needed. In second place, we had Nikki DeSimone.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Here. 8 point go. In 3, 2, 1, go. There you go, Nikki. Let's go. Nice, Nikki. 9.483. 2, 1, go. Come on, Nikki. Get those hands on me. Keep them going. Let's go. There you go. 10.38.
What was interesting about Nikki's climbs is that Nikki had the same exact time on her third climb as Mia had on her third climb. I don't know how it worked out. It was to the exact millisecond. Nikki had a pretty good hybrid technique of just using her arms and using her legs, so she was able to kind of get the best of both worlds in this. And then looking at our top run, of course we had Liv Keys.
Here we go, Liv. 3, 2, 1, go. Go, Liv. Clear. 6.31. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. 6.58. You like fun. 3, 2, 1, go. Got it. Clear. 6.55.
So Liv was the only female athlete who was able to do all of the rope climbs fully legless. What she was also able to do was be incredibly consistent on her climbs. We saw the same thing in her course runs, where her course runs were just within a second of each other. All of her rope climbs were just in a couple of milliseconds of each other. So she was super steady. She kept a really good pace on all of the climbs. So that was pretty cool to see. Moving on to our third skill event, we had the mini course. And we actually had the same exact standings in the mini course as we did in the rope climbs. So in third place, we had Mia Sweeney.
All right, here we go, Mia. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. Nice, man. Clear. 30 seconds. Ah, nice try, Mia.
Good.
Nice work.
Mia was our first runner on this event in the second wave. Being the first runner always has its disadvantages. You can't watch anyone, you don't really know the technique, you don't really know what point you need to get to. She was able to move pretty efficiently though. She had good shrugging technique on the devil steps to get her up to the top and to just keep moving as efficiently as possible. And then coming off the tack, she just unfortunately had just a little bit too much of a vertical push and not enough horizontal push. On those kind of tack moves, you want to push against the wall and not down, and it kind of looked like her foot just slipped against it. But it was a great run by Mia. On to number 2, we had Nikki DeSimone.
Mike's good. Nikki, ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. 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 30 seconds. 20. 15.
Alright.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Nikki has a great crane after the tack, and then she puts up a really good fight trying to make it back to the UFO. She even goes as far to try and lâcher straight from the rope to the devil steps, but unfortunately she runs out of time, so she's going to end the mini course earning 3 points. And then in first place, we have once again Liv Keys.
Liv says success. Good. Alright, Liv, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. 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 25 seconds in. Seconds. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Liv almost overshoots the landing platform after the tack move. She also has a great fight going back to the UFO, and she's able to make the grab right at the last second, but unfortunately runs out of time on her way back. So moving on to our last and final skills event, we had the Ninjaverse. And in third place on the Ninjaverse, we had Liv Keys.
Liv, any questions? No. Alright, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go! Clear.
Yeah.
All set.
Liv goes for the link and she extends out and just Superman falls, unfortunately. She has a really good save in order to not belly flop completely, but you can see she's fully extended to try and set herself up for the next lâcher, and unfortunately her fingertips are just a little too far away. And in second place on this, we had Nikki DeSimone.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go! Clear. Let's get it, Nikki. 15. Nice. Good kick right here, Nikki. Big kick.
Come on, Nikki.
There you go. Big ups here. Big ups. Clear. 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice.
Nikki moved really well, but she didn't set her hips up on any of the lâchers, so each time she got to a bar, she had to build up a new swing. And you can really see that in an event that only has a 30-second time cap, that's going to eat up a lot of time, and unfortunately she just wasn't able to make it all the way. Moving on to our first place run, we had Mia Sweeney.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Clear. Nice. Clear. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Nice job, man.
You can see Mia sets herself up really well. Her hips are always behind her, and while she still has to build up a swing while she's not linking, she's in a much better position to do that, and that's why she's able to cut down on Nikki's time by as much as she did. The last checkpoint was the final bar up top, and she was just one bar away from that. So that was an awesome run by Mia. And taking a look at our skills events overall, we had Liv Keys in first place, and then Mia and Nikki actually tied in the number of points. But Mia had one first place finish, and Nikki unfortunately didn't have any first place finishes. So this was used as our tiebreaker to put Mia into second place and Nikki into third place in this. So looking at the overall results after 2 events, we have Liv Keys sweeping the competition so far, and technically, mathematically, she has won the competition already. But then we have a really interesting fight for second right now because both athletes have the same number of points. Mia has finished second in the skills while Nikki finished second in the course runs. So it all comes down to the final workout. Let's get right into that. Taking a look at our third place run, we had Mia Sweeney.
Alright, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good.
Clear. 12 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Just take it.
Clear.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, Mia. You can do it. Good. 2. Higher. You got it.
Good job, Mia.
So Mia has a really good strategy. This was a really long competition and it was a ton of hanging. So what Mia does is she capitalizes on the exercises that don't require your hands until she absolutely has to. She moves through all the general workouts and then hits the warp wall before moving on to the actual bar work. So Mia's gonna finish out the workout with 4 points. Moving on to our second place run, we had Nikki DeSimone.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Clear. 10 seconds.
Higher. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, Higher.
Clear. 44.
Touch it. 1,
3,
2.
Nice, Nikki.
Nice.
Nikki has a slightly different approach than Mia does. she goes right for the grip switches pretty early on, and she does them on a free spinning bar, which is something that we saw Jay Lewis do in the previous video as well. This is a good strategy because that's going to be super taxing, and you might as well do it when you're fresh. She then goes on to grit through the cliffhanger, and this was an interesting moment because at the time we actually ruled this that she didn't complete it, but going back and looking at the footage, it does look like she actually touches the last hold, which was all that was required in order to complete the cliffhanger. So we scored her at 4 points. This actually doesn't matter in the final standing because she had a faster time through the 4 points than Mia did, but really she probably should have earned 5 points. Again, looking at first place, Liv Keys, who earned 6 points. This wouldn't have mattered either way, but it's good to go back and just see that she probably did actually earn those 5 points. Let's take a look at that first place run.
Here we go. In, 2, 1, go.
Overhead, overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Clear.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good.
Clear.
Show the catch. 4, good.
30 seconds.
Come on, Lil, let's go. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
5, 4, 3, 2, clear.
Liv moves really well throughout this workout. The cliffhanger was really smooth. She linked her laches, which looked really good as well. And then she has a buzzer beater right at the end just to earn those 6 points to beat out Nikki DeSimone. So looking at our results, after all is said and done, Liv Keys sweeps the competition, and in our battle for second place, Nikki DeSimone is just able to edge out Mia Sweeney in that final workout. Thank you so much for watching. This was a ton of fun to have this competition. I hope that you enjoyed it as well, and check out some more of our favorite moments.